I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Steve from Profix for this tool. So I came across Steve a few months back now. He did a webinar on how he values a business, how he puts certain deal structures in place around businesses in the M&A space, purchasing businesses basically. And the tool blew me away. It was far and above anything that I was currently using to evaluate deals I was looking at. So I got in touch, bought the tool, which you can do. I would highly recommend anybody that's buying businesses to buy this tool. It helps me specifically with valuations, with how to finance deals, and you've got ways to forecast looking forward what your cash flow position looks like, if you're anticipating any growth in the business once you take over, that kind of thing. Just recently though, I had a deal that was a really interesting deal, but complex in the same sense. Sorry. This tool allowed me to take away any of the grey areas. So as soon as we started to look at financing that deal, it told us what we could and what we couldn't do. But equally, not just from my point of view, from the seller as well. So the seller was able to look at this and see that the deal they were proposing, it was one thing me telling them it wasn't viable. It's another when you can show them in black and white. Obviously, this is just dummy data at the minute. But yeah, it's been invaluable. I bought the tool initially as a way to evaluate businesses and basically say, like, how could I possibly finance a deal and what's it worth? But I've gotten so much more from this as a tool, in terms of, we know what we're going to do when we take over. We can forecast that. It just takes away any guesswork, and it's one less thing to worry about in this process. All you do with it, I mean, it's really simple, is you just plumb all the accounting information into there. That's all the work I do with it, and it gives you so much insight. There's so much I could go into, but I'd let Steve do that. He'd be better at explaining all of that than I am. But I would recommend, if you are in the M&A space, you're buying businesses, this is a tool to look at. It might look a bit daunting too, but I can assure you I've pestered Steve countless times already, and he's always come back to me very, very promptly, with the answers, with help. Normally he's just kind of taking care of it for me. So I can't recommend this tool enough. Cannot recommend it enough. So thank you, Steve.